In today's All right. We have two people watching. Could I get... All right, so we have Aaron here. Who is the second person watching? Anyone? Hmm. There it is, Aaron and Johan. All right. Well, it's just you two here for today, and that's fine. Are there any specific questions that you guys want me to go over? Or you just want me to do like one or two practice problems for elimination or substitution? What do you guys want? Oh, we got a third person coming in. So since we only have a couple people, you guys get to decide what you want me to do for today. And then once we finish that, and then that'll be it for office hours then. Aaron, Johan, you guys got any suggestions? Nope, it's office hours today. So any questions that you have, you can ask. If you don't have any questions, it's not mandatory to be here. Even if no one's watching, I might just do one example question for elimination with rearranging, and then we'll be done. So if you guys don't have any suggestions, we'll just get right into it. We'll just do one practice problem and then we'll call it. All right. Let's go over one question here. And why is that signal not working? There is something wrong with the signal. I need to figure out why. 1 second. Can't tell if that fixed it or not. Still getting no signal, which is not good. I'm trying to figure out why. Alright, well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties here. So let me see if I can figure another method out. Because I have no idea why it's not working today. It's quite odd. Okay. Okay, I think I have a better idea that we can do. Let's do this. Let's go over the answers step by step on the Google Classroom worksheet that we have, and then that should be good. So the worksheets that I brought up, let's bring that up here. Aha, there we go. Okay. So let's open this. Hello, hello. Okay, let me see if I can show this screen here. Perfect. All right. So this is what I want to show you here. So let's go over question 1B. Which 1B? Are you talking about the previous question here? Let me try to bring up question 1B. Are you talking about this question here? This page here, Christian? Okay, what is your question? You got 5 equals 3. Well, the first step, when you combined... Oh, I see. So you added the two together, right, Christian? So when we look at the sheet here, you added these two equations together. So if we do that, you should get to 5x equals 10. Did you get 5x equals 10? Which means x should equal 2. And so the only reason why that might be incorrect is because you might have done a calculator mistake. So double check the work there, and I think you got it. So if you got the adding part, which is good, since we're using addition, from there you should be okay. So just double check your math, and I think you'll be okay. All right, so I fixed this whole thing here. So let's try solving this, and then we'll call office hours. We'll end office hours here. So let's rearrange first so that the x and y's line up. And for the first one, we have y on the left, x on the right. This one here, the y's on the right side of the equal sign, so we want to move it over. So if we do that, our two equations are actually going to look like this. So we have the minus 2y becoming positive 2y, and then we have the 5x that stays and it's positive, so we have a plus sign, and then we have the 1 that stays on the right. And we are trying to get rid of the y because they both have a 2. And so since they both have 2, we're going to add because they are opposite signs of each other. These are going to cancel out, so we can ignore that. We have 6x, and then that equals negative 18. Negative 19 plus 1 is negative 18. Once we have that negative 18, we can divide by 6, and we're going to get x equals negative 3. Okay, so we get x equals negative 3, and then we can plug that into any of the other equations. Okay, so there's our first step there. We add, and then we divide to get x equals negative 3. Once we have x equals negative 3, we're going to plug it into our first equation because that's the easier one. And so we're going to replace that x with negative 3. And so negative 2y plus negative 2y minus 3 equals negative 19. Then we can solve that fully. We're going to get negative 2y equals negative 16. And then so we should end up with positive 8 for y. So our point of intersection should be negative 3 comma 8. And so that's going to be something you're going to check. So, but just to make it quick and easy, yes, the point of intersection is negative 3 comma 8. And of course, when you're checking it, you plug it back into your original equation just to double check. So if we wanna see that it's true, when we check it with our second equation, so 5x equals negative 2y plus 1. 5 times negative 3 is equal to negative 2 times 8 plus 1. We have negative 15 equals negative 6, equals negative 16 plus 1. And so negative 15 equals negative 15. Left side equals right side. And yes, Nathan, it is office hours, so that's fine. You come in when you have to. Are there any? Is there a question that you would like to you would want me to particularly go over? Otherwise, this is pretty much it. Right? If you can do this stuff right here, and this is the work you're able to do, then I think you're good. And plus, we'll be going over it again on Monday anyways with a whole bunch of just substitution, elimination problems over and over and over again, and looking at some word problems too. So Monday's class will probably be the full hour. If there are no other questions, we will end it. So please let me know. Can you check in 1B? It is so confusing. Absolutely. The issue with it is that some people are still finishing off the homework, so I don't want to put the answer out there. But if you do plug it in correctly, okay, you should get x equals 2. Okay. All right, let me do it on the back side. Actually, here. So we have this. We have x equals 2. If you plugged it in correctly to your other equation, right, you should get this. And that should give you an idea of what y is. I don't want to give the answer because some people are still trying to increase their mark with the quiz, but I think you get the idea where you know what 2 times 2 is. So I think you can solve for y. So if you don't get the right answer, then there might be a little bit of an issue with your math. So I want you to double check your math there. You should know x equals 2, and then you need to solve for y. So double check your math. I just can't solve it all completely right now because, once again, people are still finishing off these questions for the extra marks for the quiz. No problem. My pleasure. Any other questions? Any other questions? Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right. So that'll be that for office hours today. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Johan. And thank you, Aaron, for tuning in. Once again, we'll still go over these concepts on Monday, but I do appreciate you coming out. And for anyone who's watching later, hopefully that one example was helpful for you. All right. So take care, and I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Peace out.